Howdy y'all. This video is actually being made in response to a big mistake I made in my recent basketball comparison video, which was thankfully caught by Twitter user VR Sports ends with a Z. In the video, I compared GymClass VR, a known staple to the VR basketball community, and Blacktop Hoops VR, a newcomer to the genre. I entirely missed Big Ballers Basketball, which is another popular basketball game that is currently available on the App Lab for 10 bucks. I want to hop into some of the basics of the game, and then I'll give my comprehensive take on GymClass versus Blacktop Hoops versus Big Ballers. I'll break down Big Baller's attempt at replicating basketball into 3 parts: shooting, dribbling, and movement. The shooting has you grab the ball with the grip button, flick your shooting wrist like you would in real life, and then release the grip button immediately after finishing the flick motion. Overall, the capture of my shot motion was pretty decent, and within about 30 minutes of play, the motion felt very natural. Dribbling is largely assisted, but it does a good job of distancing the assistance from the likes of Blacktop's over-the-top dribble assist. If you're moving across a full court, then you have to make sure to expect the ball to start moving behind you if you don't adjust your angle of dribbling. This allows the motion to have a mild amount of complexity so that you can't just mindlessly dribble until you get into position to shoot or dunk. The movement on the ground is all or nothing speed in whatever way you're moving your control stick, so there is no startup speed, which I honestly prefer in a game atmosphere. The jumping can be 2 different heights, with a tap of the button in place getting you to a height of a normal jumper, and jumping while in motion gets you a much more exaggerated jump that would allow you to dunk or get a tough to shoot jumper off. The feel of everything was very natural, and it felt like an appropriate recreation of sports physics in a gaming world. I've looped these 2 items into one as the gamification options are very low. When you open the game, you're placed in a multi-court gymnasium with text on the walls to explain the mechanics and allow you to practice the game. Outside of this option, the only other mode of play is to do multiplayer, which you can join publicly by hopping on a set of courts shown against the wall. Each server has its own player count limit and is essentially a free play server. Once you get there, you talk with everyone to coordinate a group of folks, hop on a particular court, and then start a competitive match. This will put up an invisible wall around your court so that no one else can interfere that's within that server already. The multiplayer felt very social when I was in it, and there seems to always be a relatively active player base, as all 3 times I've hopped on, at least 50 other people were spread throughout the rooms. This isn't even including those that were potentially a part of private matches or private gyms. The dev team has a mildly active Discord where you can find games, but this seems to be a lower priority for them as they try to get people to socialize directly through joining the game. So, this begs the question, where does this game stack up against the 2 I previously reviewed? Blacktop Hoops obviously caters to the wild and fascinating opportunities that can happen when you blend semi-realistic basketball physics with what is possible in video games. And GymClass very obviously caters to the highly competitive gamers that want every shot and match to be decided by technical prowess. Big Ballers kind of finds itself right in the middle, which could either be an incredible saving grace for them or an eventual downfall should those 2 sides get completely polarized. Right now the game has a word-of-mouth marketing that has so far proven relatively successful, but I do hope to see more intervention from the developers than is currently done on the marketing budget. For instance, their Twitter is mostly dead, their Discord is lacking the numbers of GymClass's Discord or even Blacktop Hoops, and when I was researching basketball VR games, it was largely non-existent on the web. It's a really well done game that needs a bit more polish and marketing to be the success that it really should be. If I was to give my guess, I think Big Ballers will continue to thrive and gain more player base due to this intersection of playstyles and the ease of access. And for that reason, I probably would suggest it to those that are looking to go shoot hoops with friends or meet new people. Blacktop Hoops, again, kind of stays on the side. If you want to do something wild and wacky, there's a Kickstarter out right now at the release of this video. I am very excited for where that's going to go, but it's yet to prove itself. GymClass is an incubant basketball game in VR. It will continue to grow and it will continue to be technical. The question for you is always, do you want it to be at that technical level? If you have any opinions other than the ones that I've already stated, or even if you just have the opinions that I've already stated, drop them down in the comments. I'd love to hear from y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate your time and viewership. If you would like to join the community, I host monthly VR tournaments and community nights in my Discord. I would love for you to stop by, say hi, and get involved. On top of that, we are always talking about new news and events in social and casual sport VR. I look forward to seeing you around.